Oh, here we go. Episode 33, Murls. Episode 33 of Chicklets Game Notes. We got G behind the controls, Fish, my guy Murr right there. I still kind of have a raspy voice from Edmonton. I'm not going to lie, Murls. It's still kicking around. Hockey's still going. I feel like this Stanley Cup final has been as long as the actual playoffs themselves. All three rounds. This final round has been like that. I imagine you're feeling like that, but Merles, where are you? Welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
I'm not back to Berta like some of the boys in the series is. I feel the same way about the voice. I've been trying to like hide out and not talk to anybody the last 2 days, trying to save it for today's show. I've been doing laundry nonstop. And speaking of some of the laundry I did, I threw in my Peter Millar golf shirts. Today's show is presented to you by Peter Millar. Summer is here and the warm weather isn't leaving anytime soon. That's why we're here to talk to you about the always stylish, incredibly comfortable lineup of performance shorts from our friends at Peter Millar. Anchored by their best-selling Salem shorts, Peter Millar's Crown Sport line promises peak performance both on and off the course. A classic fit and everyday styling makes sure you're looking and feeling great no matter what your day brings. For those of you who need even more versatility in your summer wardrobe, their Shackelford performance shorts can even double as a pair of swim trunks for true course to clubhouse style. Be sure to head over at petermillar.com/chicklets. Check out the entire Crown Sport line for all of your performance needs. That's Peter Millar, official outfitter of the USGA. Now I
Holy
really have
shit, Merles. What a read. What a damn read you just had for the boys, for the chat. Chat's buzzing. Chat's been waiting. Chat's still hanging in there too, just like all of us through this entire series. And if anyone in the chat has been traveling along, you're absolutely out of your mind because our group chat, our group text thread with G and all the boys, it starts blowing it's like, okay, 3-0. Okay, we got to go watch this game. It's going to be over, right? We're on 3-4. Then it's like 5. Then I got the booze blues. I turned the series around though, and absolutely Sasky buckled Merles. And I think that's the biggest difference maker right now in the series. I exercised the demons and I took them on myself.
And yeah, I'm a little nervous. I couldn't make the trip to Berta. I had too many loose ends to come back here to Troy to tie up. Before I'm thinking it's game 7, but I'm like nervous now. I've been at the last 2 games. I didn't wear my jersey the last 2 games, so I think I helped turn the series as well. But I'm a little worried about tonight because when I've been at home watching the games on TV, I have my jersey and helmet on, and the Oilers win. But the last
Yeah.
2 games I've been at live, I don't wear anything, and they won. So I'm a little worried tonight. I'll probably have to call Witt and let him to make the decision for me.
Well, yeah, and I think you got to wear it if you're going to Edmonton. I know I'm on Florida in 6. That was our calls. I texted you the other day because it's been so damn long. I don't remember what our predictions were for the series. And I was on 6. Yeah, I know you're on the Oiler train. I think Biz was on 6. Pasha was on Florida in 6. And then I think the other guys were on Edmonton. So we're kind of split down the middle a little bit with the whole Chicklets crew. But I think definitely when it's like this, Merles, to your point with your helmet and your jersey and getting like loser pissed at a bar in Edmonton, turning the series, you got to have these like this all matters. All this stuff matters.
I actually got the rankings right here. It was Biz, RA, Army, and Pasha, all Panthers in 6. So you guys are alive.
We're on tonight.
Witt and G had Oilers in 7. So they're still alive. And me and Memes are the 2 guys that already eliminated because we had Oilers in 6. So
Wow.
a lot of guys still
Wow.
alive. We all knew it was going long. We all had 6 or 7. So we looked like idiots when it was 3-0. But
Yeah.
McDavid took care of us, and we're back.
McDavid, he's dragging him back to Alberta. Did you see those clips that they're posting of them like mic'd up on the bench and McDavid after he scored that empty netter? He's like, "We're dragging him back to Alberta, baby," and everyone's going nuts.
I loved it. Back to Berta, gas up the Jets. They're saying that was like me. I was yelling that in Florida when it went 1-0. Connor Brown again, shorthanded. I'm like, gas up the Jets, boys. We're going back. And everybody's like, no, we're not going back. Merle's G's like, no, we're going back. We're going home. We're going
Yeah,
home.
geez, smart. Yeah, I had to get home. So since going home, Merles, I flew from Edmonton. The travel just brutal. By the way, greatest idea that never came, and we've known this all along. But Chicklets Air,
Oh,
Chicklets Air. Oh my God, how unbelievable would that have been? Just because what we did just now, and what
mhm.
they're continuing to do, like Biz and RA and Pasha and Memesy are still ripping. But it would have been the biggest lifesaver ever, ever.
Oh,
Still
we
be
would have
there.
saved so many people money. All these people are buying, like, I know people spend $2,000 on a ticket from Florida to Edmonton, and they had to leave at 7 in the morning after that game. So imagine if I had the big jet fueled up for everybody, 180 people, we could have charged $500 each, and we would have been direct. So complete fumble. We should have. I don't know how we would have like managed that. I don't know if you can hold a flight without having to pay it, but it's hard to predict. It goes
That's the
6
only
games.
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
If they woulda clinched it, right, and then you have that already jets on the tarmac waiting for all these lunatic Chicklets fans to pile in,
yeah,
and then there's like, it's over, like, we're not going to Florida, like, where are we going? I don't know.
yeah.
Florida? Just go to
Go
Florida.
to Arizona, go to Biz's house, and everyone's staying there. That's what you get out
Yep.
of your price of admission.
Yeah, everybody rides, boots on the ground. I mean, it's been an unbelievable run, but since I got back, I went from Edmonton all the way back. I got back, next day got up, I drove to Toledo, Ohio, home of the Toledo walleye and cheese toast. My kid, who turned 14 the other day, so big birthday for him. That's like official teens, that's
That's crazy.
13, okay, not a big deal. 14, I know, Merles, it's crazy. Time flies. We're gonna be doing like game notes season 7, and your kids are gonna be like burping in the background with their buddies and stuff. It's gonna be nuts. Time flies. Everyone that has kids
Yeah.
knows time flies. So I went out there, I picked them up, and I actually hung out with Jeff and Jess Weiss, who we played at the Chicklets Cup with, the roller hockey team. Great people, great to hang out with them. A couple other guys off the ball hockey team. I played. He said, "Bring your gear. I got a beer league game for you on Wednesday night." So I'm like, okay. So I brought all my gear. I go to dust up the wheels though, Merles. Steel's broken. My steel's broken on my one wheel. I didn't even know. I must have broke my steel. I forgot about it at a Bugsy charity game. This charity game
Oh
Bugsy
yeah.
does. So I was like, I didn't even think about it. I'm coming. So I end up wearing some random dude's skates that were in the corner of this room. I put them on. I'm like, he's kind of it, yeah. But it was like life or death out there, buddy. You ever skated with someone else's wheels on? That's
No,
like
I think that might have to be a new beer league rule. Only skate in your skates, otherwise an injury is going to happen to you or somebody else.
I was literally so scared out there, and they had some younger guys on the other team that were dancing all over the place. And Beauties had a couple pops up in the bar at the rink that we were at there after the game, in typical beer league fashion. But I guess they closed the bar down. So Jeff was like, "Hey Jess," like to his wife, like, "Stay up there. If you're in there, they can't close." So she had to like man the bar before all the boys got out of the room and got up there. I did also, because I still have the same can and like guard belt from when I played. But you know how those get all stretched out, like the Crosby one? You know how he gets like the trainer to stitch it all
Yeah.
together all the time? So mine's like kind of stretched out, the elastics beat up a bit, but I still wore it. But I'm like, I'm gonna get a new can. So I got the like compression short ones with the can built to it, like
Oh,
all the kids are wearing.
like a Jock Plus, a new age Jock Plus.
Yeah, and it has like the Velcro leg things that you pull off to stick the socks to now, which I think are for losers. But
Yeah.
after I did it, I'm like, this is unbelievable. You just slide them up there and slap on the Velcro. I'm officially like a full blown beer leaguer. I'm wearing some other dude's skates, Velcro core shorts on with the built in can Merles. Had a blast though. Drove home the other day. And then today, absolute chaos. We had a trip planned for a while, Merles. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning, 3 a.m. after I watched, which we'll get into, the Calder Cup final game last night between Coachella Valley and Hershey in Coachella Valley. So it was a late start to that one. I watched that whole game, fell asleep for a couple hours, got up, got the whole crew. I'm now on Paradise Island in the Bahamas, buddy. And
You're
I'm
out
getting a
of
couple
control.
shout outs. Buddy, I'm getting a couple shout outs. I get the
Hey,
game notes,
game
Army,
notes,
what's
game
up?
notes, chat, the chat.
The chat in the Bahamas. As soon as I got into the airport, like into the like main Bahama terminal, which isn't super big, some guy's like pumping his arms. Then I get into the lobby here to check in which I was in a panic because my flight kind of got delayed. So thank you to our crew and everyone for making everything work. But I'm here, man. I got the kids. I'm all fired up. They're all old enough to rip water slides and do the whole thing and do aquarium. Like they're not little babies at the water park. Like we're doing the real water park. We're hammering it, Murls. We're hammering. What did you have to clean up? What did you clean up when you went home?
I want to touch on two things you said. You talked about the Weiss family, and we got to talk about Chicklets Cup. It's coming back September. I think they announced it all on the main thing, Chicklets in London, Ontario. It's around September 19th to 21st. So make sure you think about that. If you're a Game Notes listener, you don't listen to Chicklets, but you still want to come to Chicklets Cup. That's then. Yep. Second, I probably should have saved them for the Minzees, but the beer league team, because you're talking about beer league, my beer league team, I sub on here in Albany, don't they have a game tonight? Right at like 8 p.m. Oh. I'm like, are you out of your minds? I'm not playing in that game. You're going to miss game 6 of the Stanley Cup with the best player of all time, like that we've seen in like recent, like, I can't say all time, but like the most recent best player, right? You can't miss that game for a beer league game, can you?
Like, how many points is he off of Gretzky's all-time record? What is that?
It's like 40. 5. I think 5.
He's only 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like this goes 7 the way he's rolling right now. 8 points in his last 2 games, just putting his team on his back. 2.5-minute shift, just darting through the guys without even going. He wasn't even going top speed there. That's how good he is. Someone said, like, it still boggles my mind that someone doesn't push him. I think the same thing too. Like when he's coming to just get your free hand out and just like kind of chip him to the side, right? Like just give him a little push. But no, he just carves through 3-4 guys. Ho hum over to Perry. Highlight goal of the playoffs. 8 points in his last 2 games. Bouchard too is like setting like records right now as well with what he's doing, production wise on the back end. And then of course on Chicklets the other day, Brett Kissel, our good friend, with the major prediction, Game 7 overtime, Murls, which you love. That is and he calls a Hyman goal on the pod yesterday, which I thought was an amazing call. I thought it was just fun.
Overtime last game, and we were getting close, and we all felt it. Even with 4-2 going into the third, it felt like, all right, Florida's gonna. That we've seen it before, like the last 2 years, they just come flying in the third period, especially at home. I thought they would tie it up, but. One of these games got to go to overtime tonight or tomorrow. I hope one of them goes to overtime.
I mean, it's been that one game was a blowout, yes, but all the games, regardless of the score, have been like played fairly close. Every game played fairly close. It's been great. It's been an unbelievable series. The travel also. Do you think the travel's affecting them? I know the boys were kind of talking about that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe now, like
Florida especially
embraced it. Like this is our thing. Like we're used to doing this. We don't care, and like they have the better mental for it. Where Florida's like, oh my God, I cannot believe we blew this. Now we got to go back. Where they're embracing it, kind of thing.
Yeah, Singsy in the chat said he almost canceled his daughter's wedding for a Devils playoff game. Just a Devils random playoff game. By the way, he'll be happy. I know Pasha's happy. They got the big goalie, Markstrom, of course. That's big news the boys talked about on the podcast yesterday. So now Sheldon Keefe. I saw someone said Sheldon Keefe hasn't even coached a game with the New Jersey Devils and already has a better goalie than he's ever had coaching in Toronto. So there's a good picture of Marky just slurping back some water, just an absolute Swedish monster in net that's a big play for them. That's a big play, Murls.
Huge play. I think he was supposed to go there before the deadline this year, and it just like the final T didn't get crossed on it. So it's good to see that he is going to go there, and that makes. But we said the Devils are going to be dangerous this year, and they weren't. But that should make them really dangerous.
What about that Allmark thing? I seen some people message about that. I know that there's something there with Allmark. What's that deal looking like?
Yeah, my EBR crew. I'm not an insider. I gave up on insiding, but they're saying Allmark to Ottawa for who's the D? Chikrin, and maybe a draft
first
pick or something. So I don't.
The 25th. I'm hearing Chikrin in the 25th, which was the Bruins' previous pick.
So you
Okay.
guys were the first guys I saw in this. Like there's G. G was pretty good on this too. You and G were on the group chat going back and forth about this. I love when we do that, by the way, on the group chat. It just gives me like energy. I love it that we start talking salaries, possible, who's throwing in what draft picks. We just get going on the chat. This stuff just like gives us like a shot of life. So when you and G started, going back and forth about this Allmark thing, and you're like, yeah, I heard something too. I got this. And you guys are comparing notes. And then I started seeing it on social media from other people too, like as a rumor mill type of thing. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Keep our eyes on the socials to see what's dropping from the real insiders, not the
No.
outsider.
By the way, another one, while we're on this topic of me being an insider, I should have had another one. A good friend of mine, Kirk McDonald, just named the head coach of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. There he is,
There he
Macker,
is.
RPI guy, played here 5 years. He actually missed a year. He got cancer, lost so much weight. He had a battle back. He came back and played pro in Providence and Reading. I think he won the Kelly Cup.
Yep.
But he lived at my house. He lived in my house right up there, right here. I can see it from this window. He lived in my house for a year. I don't even think I charged him rent. And he doesn't call me and give me the scoop that he's interviewing with Wilkes-Barre.
Unbelievable.
So, but happy for him. He's an awesome guy. He was coaching in Reading for a long time. He went out to the USHL in Dubuque, the same spot Montgomery went out to. So he's following the same path as Monty. And now instead of getting the jump, go to Division I college, he's going to take the AHL, take the pro route. But pretty cool that he's going to Wilkes-Barre, our old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I'm sure. Has he reached out to you about like where to go, like where to live, possibly? I know it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, so he's like, where should I live? My buddy, it's changed so much. I'm like, I don't think you want to go to the 3-story house in Kingston that I rented with Walshy. So I don't think that should be in your playbook.
Green Acres Apartments with Endo. That was a hot spot. Was it we're East Mountain Apartments? That's where we were for a while there. That was pretty good.
We had the pool come this time of year for the playoff runs. It wasn't horrible.
Shooting hoops, swimming in the pool, breaking in, jumping over that little fence, get in there when after hours, they're just dominating that pool. But yeah, congrats to him. I mean, what were you doing in your house back in the day that you're just slamming out like Benny Barr, McDonald?
Yeah, well, I would leave because I would be gone. I'd be gone playing. So these guys, they were like working at RPI. They were like volunteer assistants at RPI. So I would let them stay there, because you're not getting any salary. So to help them out, I would let them in there. I'm just happy they're in there, flushing the toilets and turning the heat on. So it was a even deal for me.
That was a great story Benny Barr told about us, how your dishwasher was broken, but he didn't want to tell you because it was going to cost like $800 or like $1,000 to like a replacement dishwasher in your pad. So he figured out how to repair it and fix it now. And then it was still kind of shitty, but it like ended up working. So you had like maintenance men around there.
Yeah.
So your maintenance guys
didn't want to pay the $800 for a new machine. So he got a guy to put a $50 part in this like 1970 dishwasher.
Just handyman, and now they're coaches. Now they're coaches all over. They're taking the hockey world.
What a coaching tree we got going.
And I always thought, Murls, and obviously, the chat, our listeners, Chit's listeners, are I don't know if what they think. You have a mind for thinking about like coaching strategy things as well. Like I always thought you would be a coach. I thought you, and you did. You started, but
I always thought that too. And then just because I end up playing so long and moving around and then getting friends in coaching, you see how much they still move around. They're moving around now more than players. And I just didn't want to do that again. I kind of wanted to get settled in one spot, even though I'm kind of settled in 2 spots now, Sweden and here. But the coaching is tough. You got to start at the bottom. You got to work your way up. I mean, unless you're a NHL guy with 900 games or something. But even Scott Gomez, he was a Stanley Cup guy. He's going back and starting in juniors again.
Murls, if we told you had to do the Chicklets decathlon every year like you've been doing, and it looks like in the future we're going to be doing the decathlon every year, you still making that same decision to not be a coach?
Yeah, this is
that is an unbelievable question, right? because
Yeah, we need Florida to stop being so good because Fort Lauderdale is just too much fun for me. We need Vegas not to be around. And yeah, I guess we need like some boring cities to get into the finals. Then I'll be okay.
I have to say, Biz has been rather quieter on our group chat today. Like after, like you listen to the show, we hear he's
You
going
went to Snoop Dogg last night.
Yeah,
Think
like I
about
haven't
it.
heard. I know what's he doing right now. Like I wonder what he's doing. What isn't he doing?
Yeah, who isn't he doing is the question.
He's seriously just a machine. He's the
Yeah,
Wayne
like I came
Gretzky of
back
off ice.
here. I slept for 10 hours the first night I was back here. That's like I usually get 5 a night. That's how tired I was from all the travel, all the events. You know how those events are. We're buzzing around. You're on your feet for 2 hours just chatting it up, and then you're running around after. And
When we weren't at events, Murls, though, even when we weren't at events, like in Edmonton, like we put on some heavy miles, like walking around down there in the Ice District and wheeling up to another restaurant or going to a bar over here. And Biz is like, I got us going. We got to go to this place. And like we were all over the place, but everywhere we went, even walking down the street was a meet and greet. It was insane.
Yeah, you should have seen Fort Lauderdale. So
Tell
we
me.
have the set up Pink Whitney party at Fort Lauderdale. So we go there, great event, tons of fans, Pink Whitney's flowing. Then Biz is like, all right, we're going to the elbow room. So then we go down to the elbow room. It was kind of like Forrest Gump. You know how like when he's running, it starts with like 3 people following him. So then we go
Yeah.
we go to elbow room and we're there for a little bit. And he's like, let's go to Senior Frogs. And then like we go, and now it's like double the people following Biz, and he's just marching along, and we're all just bombing around. It was out of
I gotta
control.
say, that's a great comparison. I love that. I love those little things that tickle
Yeah.
into my brain, and I start picturing Biz walking like he had that strut. Edmonton, I guaranteed in Lauderdale, he was just had that strut. He's just a leader of men. And when Witt said too, like, buddy, like he's on the sauce again, like he's ripping right now, that you look so good with a beer in your hand, like he's so happy. He's been like in Edmonton, he was like, it was so fun to be around him. He was
Yeah.
just so happy, so positive.
Oh,
It's amazing how welcoming he is too. Like he's just a machine right now. So he's like he has the opposite personality of Forrest Gump, but the same kind of stories.
yeah,
You know?
you know how like those guys, those strides, like him and Witt take the
Oh,
longest strides. Like I'm trying to keep up with him. By the time I got to the meet and greet, I was in a full sweat. And this bar didn't have AC. And I was just the whole thing, I'm just
full
leaking,
lather,
trying to cool down because I'm trying to walk with him. And he's just
full lather. Oh yeah, Wit left dust at like 3 a.m. in Nashville, walking back to the hotel. He's like, I'm going home. I'm like, okay, I'll go too. All of a sudden, just boom, gone. Meet me, fastest walker in the world, man. That guy just struts. When he wants to go, he's gone.
well, you're also the mayor of hockey media, so
Yeah,
you probably ran into about 10 people on the walk and talked to all of them. You know every single person.
I probably did. Yeah, I do have a problem with that. You guys leave me in dust things too when we're leaving like an establishment and I get talking to a couple random people. I have to say hi and then I get locked in. I'm good at that. I'm good at
Yeah,
doing that.
you
I'm
get
like,
locked in. Yeah, you're good
and
at
then I'm
getting locked
texting you
in.
guys. Where are you guys? Where did you go? What happened? I never know where anyone is because I'm always left in the dust because it's my own issue. I got mental issues. By the way, the mental issues thing with the Booze Blues. I've had a lot of people reach out to me that like, that are like, man, thanks for talking about that. Like that was really good. Like I have that too. I get that lots too. So I feel your pain, people. I hear you. I got your back. We'll get through it. The next day is always better. We know that, but in the moment, it's the worst. It is the worst. So, what a run. It's still going. We might see 7 Murls, but right now, you want to touch on Calder Cup stuff? I know we mentioned it, but
Yeah, it's, Hershey, Coachella, it's tied up 2-2 now. Big win by Hershey last night away. I didn't expect that. I thought they were going to go down, but now they're in a fight too. It's going to be a series, at least 6 games. And I wonder if they must have said something like, if I'm the captain of that team before the game, like, let's drag them back to Pennsylvania,
that's
you
so
know?
far for Minzees. Like that is
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, it's a long trip. I would expect maybe they got the private plane. Hershey always
They
has the
did.
big budget. They got the tons of fans.
I
So
saw a
maybe they're like,
picture. I
oh,
saw a
did you?
picture. They were loading onto the Patriots plane. They had
Oh,
the Patriots private plane.
oh.
And now Coachella. So something's in the works there. They got some of their hands on something. They're like us. Like Biz is flying private out of nowhere, caught a lift out of nowhere. Like, we're just grinding, making it work. But the American League, the system and the setup, this is what we did when we were in the Calder Cup too, because we were in Milwaukee, in Wilkes-Barre, Milwaukee. That doesn't seem that bad comparatively to what they're doing right now. Like, this is insane. But it's a 2-3-2. So 2 in Hershey, which they split, and then they go to Coachella for 3, which they've now split. So there's one more there, but now they punched a ticket to come back to Hershey for sure for an extra game. So we'll see what happens there. The game was great last night. It was back and forth. I think it's on NHL Network if people want to watch it or somehow can get it online, stream it. Pretty good series, 2 pretty good teams going at it. Actually, believe it or not, too, Coachella lost their first ever playoff home game this playoff run. It was their first loss on ice. When I was watching the game, they mentioned that. Grant Fear's on the broadcast in Coachella. I was watching Grant Fear break. Oh, yeah, he was awesome. Gizmondi's on there. He's a Carolina guy. He used to do that 3 ice. Great guy. They were all on the call, so it was good. And then they had that some American Idol chick that won American Abby something. She did like a full-blown intermission concert because she's from Coachella Valley or something. So they didn't go commercial. They stayed on it. And I was watching this concert and everything too. So check it out. The future stars of tomorrow, today, down in the American League, grinding it out in the Minzees, flying PJs, Murls in the Calder Cup final. Just a grind.
I think game 5 tomorrow, Saturday, game 5. So we'll get game 6 tonight, game 5 AHL tomorrow. And I'm just praying. I'm praying we get game 7 in this series, but I think we've
come this far.
Yeah, it's time to move on, I think. Talk about that series a little bit.
Yeah, let's get into that. Huge game tonight. Absolutely huge. The Oilers have absolutely tilted this thing. The Oilers are in their kitchen. The Oilers are coming out of nowhere. McDavid is dragging them back to Alberta, and it's back in the craziest place ever. Is there a little small part of you that actually it's probably a huge part of you that wishes that you were there? Don't you wish you were kind of there? Like, I'm in Paradise Island. I'm in the Bahamas. I wish I was in Edmonton. I do.
Monday morning, we were all in Fort Lauderdale, right? No, not Monday morning. Wednesday morning. I don't even know which day it is. Well, Wednesday morning, we're all in Fort Lauderdale. Me, RA, Posh, and Memes. And we're all texting, trying to figure out what's going on because Biz took off on us in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. So we had a little powwow because I was like, I can't text everybody. We got to get down here. We got to break this thing down. And we kind of started going. I made a kind of a pros and cons list of everything of how we should all go. And I'm like, I got to go back. I don't have it. I don't have any clean laundry. I had a bunch of stuff here I had to tie up. And then I talked Posh into going to Vancouver, spend 2 nights there. And then all right, you go back to Boston, record the show, then get on another plane. And
that's crazy too.
I was content with being here. I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Of course, yesterday I get 10 hours of sleep. I wake up, I go for a run. I'm running the laundry over here. I get 4 loads of laundry and I'm tons of water. I'm wow, I feel good. I looked up flights to Edmonton this morning. And I could have left here at 6 a.m. I would have had 2 connections and got there by 2:30 p.m. But the only problem was both connections were under 50 minutes. So I would have had to probably just bring a carry-on, and I would have had to get super lucky. And it's God forbid I got stuck somewhere else than Edmonton. I can't risk it. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to strap in the helmet, the jersey, and just pray it's game 7. If it's game 7, I'm going right back to Florida.
So you already made that commute. You're going down there. You're going to Florida.
Yeah, I'm 99% or 97% confirmed.
I like that. I am the same as you, buddy. When I got home from Edmonton, I'm like, I got to go home. I can't go to Florida. I got stuff. It's my kid's birthday. I got to go watch him play hockey. I got to be a dad. I got to do some stuff here. I can't make that trip. It also didn't help that I got absolutely smashed in Edmonton and ruined my trip a little bit, but on my own doing. But I got home and you guys were all on the group chat, let's meet up down the street at this taco joint. I'm like, oh my God. I wish I was in Florida so bad right now with you guys. And then RA's making the trek out of nowhere too. And he's stuck in Calgary for the night. He's a lunatic. He's trying to hitch a ride with somebody's offering up. All he wants is weed and he can smoke weed in the car. Do you see that on social media and
No.
stuff?
No, see,
Oh
like,
God.
travel's easy for him. He just, like, pops edibles and stuff and just, like, lays there and just goes crazy. I sit there sober as a judge, just panicking,
Yeah.
like, "What am I doing? I
Yeah.
got no
Middle
voice."
seat. No voice, middle seat. Like
Yeah,
you feel like you're 150 years old on the inside.
yeah,
Oh God, what a great trip.
yeah,
Chicklets trips are honestly all time, all time. And that's why you got to go to the shows. That's why you got to go to the appearances. That's why you got to go to these Pink Whitney parties. You got to come hang out with the boys because it's honestly, it's so fun. And the people that show up are so great. And then so tonight, back in Edmonton, the chaos continues. I don't know what's going to happen. Have the recipe though. I did have the recipe.
yeah.
Do you know
Well,
what was it?
yeah, score first, score on the PP.
That's it. That's
It's
Edmonton's
not
recipe.
hard. Not
It's
hard.
not hard. It's not hard, but all out of nowhere too. Like Skinner's been a story.
Oh,
Skinner's all of a sudden pushed himself in. Those stats are ridiculous.
oh, 4 games 4 through 7 are ridiculous.
What is he? Is he
I
9-0 or 9-1? What did Witt say? I got the stat wrong
Yes,
probably,
I
but
saw it at one point. I'd say 9-1, like, oh, what do we got? That was Connor
oh,
scoring a goal. Another part, kind of off subject about this game, though. Did you see Prez? Oh, there it is.
there
9-0,
it is. No,
1.56 GAA. So everybody knows Prez got the $1 million win, 1.2 million, I think, if Edmonton wins. And I feel like he kind of counted it over with 3-0. But now he's back in the series, kind of paying attention. And there's this guy, Nicky Smokes, that works for Barstool, huge Miami guy, Florida guy. And I guess Prez knows he loses every time Florida loses every time he's in the building. So yesterday he made him fly to Edmonton, got him a plane, got him a hotel, got him a ticket to the game just to like put him in the building to give his Oilers bet a chance,
I
which
mean,
is
isn't
just
that it's like
insane move.
diabolical. It's diabolical almost to a point, but it's honestly, if you think about it, it's a great investment on his bet. It's a great
Yeah,
investment on his bet to like spend however much for him just to get there. It's nothing compared to what he could win for what the payoff will be on the backside of this. I mean, it's absolutely diabolical, brilliant gambling thinking.
mhm.
It is. It's like someone hides your Gretzky jersey in your helmet night of a game and you can't
Yeah,
find it.
yeah.
That's what it is. It's something like that. Like that's what he's doing.
It's an unreal move. Like normally nobody has that much on a game where you can spend maybe 5-6 grand to send somebody there to be the ultimate mush. But when you got a 1.2 million on the line, like you said, it's a great little addition.
Dude,
Investment.
I saw Elio. He sent out a tweet like, "Oh no, don't go," because Elio's got Panthers, and
Yeah,
Elio
he's not big
just
on Panthers, not that big, but he's still big on Panthers, which it looked like he was cashing in. I was happy for him, but oof, he's in trouble now.
oof, oof. Yeah, this is going to be a burner. Do you have any predictions, Merles, tonight? I know we're going to get to your picks, obviously,
Yeah.
and they've
Well,
been
first
hard
the
to come
lines,
by. I
like
feel.
the sports book, DraftKings sports books got Edmonton -118 and Florida -102 on the money line. So they think Edmonton's the favorite, just a slight favorite. And I'm going with the Oilers -118. I like them, but my big play, it's hit the last 2 games, is over Oilers to score a goal in the first period. It's -150 now because it's been hitting. 3 games ago it was like -130, but now it's been hitting. But like you said, if the Oilers are going to win, they got to score first, and I think they get it in the first period. They come out guns ablaze, and that place is going to be rocking. They're going to get at least one in the first period. I mean, it could be 1-1. That's fine with me. Just they need to score one goal, and then I'm taking Oilers money line. I want Game 7. I want to go back to Lauderdale.
There it is. There's his picks right there at the bottom, folks. You can catch them right there on the little ribbon we run across the bottom. Merle's EBR. Everybody rides. Chat's always in. I saw a bunch of people in the chat putting out picks, first period scores, all that kind of stuff. Follow the chat to find out some extra little fun nuggets that we like to do right in there. Singsy 1-1 first period plus 535. That's a great call right there, folks.
Wow.
That's a good one. I like that one, Merles.
Wow.
I think the score is going to be 4-2. That's my score pick. I don't know who's going to win tonight though, but like Biz was he brought up talking to Messier about like the pressure and the family travel and how that was kind of restructured the time and a business trip was going to take place going down there. And I remember talking to Gretz during conference finals about that. Like, when you think it flips on the Oilers. Like, is this game, is this like a different game now than what, dragging them back to Alberta? Okay, we got them here now. Now we have to they have some pressure to force a game 7, no?
Yeah, I meant that this was going to be my whole thing the whole day. I forgot to bring it up earlier. I was saying it down in Florida the whole time. Like, now this is the first game there's pressure on Edmonton. And I feel like the pressure's kind of off Florida for this game. They're not like, they already blew the lead. Now they went up to Alberta, like, well, whatever. Like, this game doesn't matter. Now we don't have the pressure. If it goes back to Florida, then they will get pressure back. But all the pressure in the world on the Oilers now, because they made this a series. They made us all believe it's at home. Now the pressure is, I would say, 75% on the Oilers compared to maybe 25% on Florida. If you could only use 100,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yep. It makes sense. I just don't know what I think about as I watch this series play out, and it's a crazy series, right? Because you're down 3-0, you're left for dead, you're done, you're on home ice, like it's over. Florida's the team that no one can beat. They're crazy. They're a pack of hyenas. They're all in straight jacket. It's like it's all of a sudden, like, it's so funny, like the littlest, like the mentality pressure switches that we're talking about and what we're seeing in this series, just because it's been such a high mountain, and then now we're in a valley. A certain team, another team was in the valley, crawled out of it, now they're right there. So I think you're right. I think you're right with your numbers, Murls, on the pressure gauge.
Yeah, and even in the game 5 there in Florida, like, Edmonton jumps out 3-0. Right then it switches too. Like, Florida's like, well, fuck it. Like, we're done. We lost this game now 3-0. Let's just play loose. And they crawled back into that game. And then you could see Edmonton starts feeling the pressure. So it's just like a microcosm. Is that the right word? And like,
It
that
is.
game is for the series. Like, soon as that pressure is a real thing, man. Especially
Yeah.
I can't imagine at the Stanley Cup level. I saw it at the AHL level in the Calder Cup. I felt it more in Sweden when you're facing relegation, when there's a whole city and jobs and everything is on the line for you. It's bigger than a trophy, is the relegation. That pressure I've seen affect myself, my teammates. So
I feel it
end
at
of the
the rink
story, as
too.
Whitney would say, pressure's on Edmonton tonight.
Wow. Like, I feel, even as a bystander being in Edmonton when we were there 3 and 4, and we had kind of, I mean, we didn't push it too bad, but we kind of had unfettered access to the entire rink almost. It was crazy. We were down underneath. I was like nervous to say hi to like families and stuff of people that I recognized. Oh, that's, what's his name's dad. Oh, that's this guy. And people are coming up and talking to us. And I know they're not like on the ice, but I feel like there's such a bubble around what goes into this, mission that both these teams are on, that I feel when I walk by, the Oilers family room like we did, and there's people yelling at us who want to say hi and stuff. I'm like, can we just stay out of their way? Like there's, it's so big, like day to day, every day, pregame nap to like families are at hotels and like coming to morning skate, and what's it going to be like? What's going to happen? It's just a crazy bubble to kind of be around and be in. And never mind what the players are doing on the ice, because that's a whole other story. But that's how I kind of felt wheeling around there. I'm like, I got to stay out of the way here. Oh my God. This is all
I don't
business.
want you to say, screw this up. I run into somebody in the hallway and they roll their ankle. Imagine that.
Oh no, I couldn't imagine that.
Chiclet's crew was bombing through the locker rooms, and so-and-so, I'm not gonna say any names in case it happens, rolled his ankle all over them or something. Imagine.
Oh, I could have seen it easily happen in the way we were trucking around in there. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Those boys will be there tonight. I hope Posh is grabbing some great footage, memesy. I can't wait to see what they're doing behind the scenes a little bit. Celebrations, parties, what's going on. It's going to be I think it's going to be, which is crazy because what we saw after game 4, their first win of the series, like they won the Stanley Cup, Whit said.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 10 times crazier tonight.
Yeah.
10 times.
Remember the game 3 was kind of like, before, wasn't very much fun. There wasn't a lot going on because it was Thursday. Saturday was a little more lively, especially like outside the arena, in the arena. Now it's Friday. You know how many, like, these people aren't working. They're working a half day tops. They're getting right into those bars. Somebody already messaged me, like the Ice House already has a line outside. It's packed, like sold out.
No way.
Yeah, these people are
Already?
going to. Yeah, they're going to be ready. For sure, this is the last game of the season in Edmonton. They got to go all in. And yeah,
I
I'm a
wanted
little
RA
jealous
or
of
like
those
I wanted
guys.
RA or like Biz to do like a reporter's live hit from the Moss Pit for us on the show today. Like we don't
Yeah.
ask them really any questions. We just throw it to them. They give us like a news media report standing in the Moss Pit, like Minzees filming, and he has like the earbuds in, and he's like down here in the Moss. I thought that would have been so fun today, but
Yeah, they can do it later. Maybe they can just do it on our socials later. But none of them are awake yet. They all were out
no, I
partying with
know.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, we don't hear anything, and RA's like in a hitchhiker's trunk, chopped up into 100 pieces. Oh my God, RA.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got there okay.
Mhm.
I don't know, and another thing with this series as well, which was so big, Murls, is like, you know, Barkov, really good player, really good 200 foot, the best. No one can score on him. None of these guys got goals. Look at every series of all the big guys he shut down. Nobody did anything. Oh my God. And it was like that in this series too, until it wasn't. And McDavid is now, oh, he's taking over the series.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot like you've seen it more than me with Sid. Like it's just like these guys, their leadership. It's just, and now he's close. He's close. Like he's gonna just be even better than he was the last game. And for whatever reason, they find the new level. The hockey gods take care of these guys, and he's like, holy cow, I'm this close. I never have to answer those questions again about winning the big one. I just need to win this game tonight, go back to Florida, and then just do it one more time again. But these greats, they do it. So
They
I have
do.
full confidence in 97 getting it done tonight. Somehow, some way, if it's not even him scoring, his leadership leading Connor Brown again to get the shorthanded goal for us.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing too with McDavid too that is like stood out to me immensely and should garner a ton of respect just from the casual fan to fans of other teams that are watching this right now. I think obviously we know he's a great player. We know all the stuff he can do, but I think that leadership thing that you mentioned and talked about, like his drive, his like heart of a lion to like be the difference maker, be that guy. I think he's taken some hits for like not knowing, like, yeah, you're really good, but you don't know how to win. You don't play winning hockey. Some of the stuff that like Leafs are going through the last number of years. I feel like that's kind of been around him, but like what I'm seeing from him through this playoff run, and especially in this series with the chatter of Barkov, this guy's a Selke guy, best 200-foot player ever, blah, blah, blah. And he's just completely now, it's like he solved the puzzle and he's just like dicing. He's dicing them up. He's absolutely dicing it up. And that to me is just like, that's heart of a lion shit. That's heart of a lion, like, one of the 1% great players to ever touch a game, or 0.5% of those guys that have that. And he's showing it on this run. He's showing it right now in the final. It's unbelievable to watch. It's like blown me away. And like, I've been like, wow, I got a ton of respect for the way not only he's producing, yes, of course, but just the way he's playing, just the way his overall game he's playing right now. So man, what a weapon. What an absolute weapon. Can he do it again, Mer? Can he do it again? Can he do it?
I have full faith. And when I heard him say that we're going to drag him back to Alberta, I was never more convinced in my life they were winning that game. And just with that mentality, and then you talked about earlier, those clips that just came out from them all on the bench, they truly believe. And the only thing that scares me is that now there is a little bit of pressure on them. But I like you said, McDavid has that thing. Like everybody's tired. It's June 21st, especially Florida. They went to the finals last year. These guys, everybody's worn out. And he's finding a way to not be worn out and just keep raising his game and just be better and better every single game of the series.
And we interviewed, I don't think it's come out yet. Did we put on the Gary Roberts one out yet? Did we have his interview on Chicklets yet? But he said on there, like, Connor's only mission while training, and he comes in and he's ready to go. Like, he's all business about his craft and being in shape. Though he's so deathly afraid and hates the feeling. It is what drives him of being tired. He doesn't want to ever be tired. 25 minutes, he doesn't want to be tired. So he's put in everything in his life into the guy that can, dangle through an entire NHL team after a 2.5-minute shift. Like it's talent, it's drive, it's will, it's heart of a lion, it's leadership, it's everything that he has on display right now. And 8 points in the last 2 games, Can he make it 3? He's going to have his hand in this game tonight. There's no question. And this is the recipe, buddy. This is what they've done. They took a couple games, they figure it out, and then they start pouring it to them. And they did it against Dallas. And I mean, they're Anaconda chokeholders now. They took the title from Florida right now with the way they're playing. They're the Anaconda chokehold.
I'm going to find the odd. Well, first you said 4-2. So over 5.5 minus 115. And I'm trying to find team to score first. So that would be your 2 ideas. Game lines. Let's see. DraftKings Sportsbook. I can't find it right now. Under the pressure like this. Quick hits, maybe. Goal in the first
goal.
10. You want first goal, right?
Let's look at that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it, but it's probably an even money bet, plus minus 120, minus 115. The chat can help us out while I'm doing that. But I like those 2 calls. 4-2, Edmonton. Edmonton scores first. I got Edmonton scoring first period. We got Edmonton money line.
McDavid empty netter.
McDavid MDR. I'm going to have another couple picks once we get to show Minzees. So I don't know if you're ready for that yet, or you done with the talk in this series?
I'm done. Yeah. Let's let it play out. I can't wait tonight, buddy. I absolutely can't wait. But let's get to.
Yeah, my brother's like, oh, I got this like might hockey party for my kid. Do you want to come and watch the game there? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not going to another meet and greet. I'm going to be sitting in that room by myself, fully focused on this game. Like this is one of the biggest games. This is probably the biggest game I've watched post my playing career. I feel like this is just the greatest player all time looking to take a series to game 7. And then if it does, then I'm on a flight to Florida for another couple nights.
Brendan in the chat says that this is going to OT tonight. Hands
I would love it.
OT tonight to force a game 7. Oh my God. It just give us edge of our seat shit. Give us that stuff that makes us just go crazy. Give me that shit when I'm at the Atlantis, on vacation with my family, that we're at dinner tonight and I'm getting desserts coming out and it's late and I'm watching the game on my phone and I'm not hanging out with my family. Give me that. Give me that stuff.
Family, shout out my family taking a back seat. I missed going home with them right now, but I'll be home soon. But they're the real show. My mom and my kid, or my wife and my kids. The mom of my kids is what I was trying to say. Taking care of them, being a great mom. That's real show.
Okay. You want to go? Is that your show, Minzees?
No, but I got it. Kind of leads into the show, Minzees.
Give it to me.
My show is, a lot of people probably don't know, today is Swedish Midsummer. So longest day of the year. The Swedes go nuts. The sun is up the whole day. They're dancing around.
So tell me about this. Sorry to interrupt you. I was up in what's Leksand, and they have a massive midsummer field with it's like in a bowl, and they have that giant tree thing up in the middle, and they do this. What is this?
Yeah, no, I don't even think anybody knows why they have it anymore, but they dance around, they sing these songs. One of them's about a little frog, and you dance around, and then you got this big, long dinner table. You sit with all your friends. You got all this great food, and they got these little shots. You're just snapping these shots every once in a while. It's just, it's a great day. The girls make these big flower crowns out of the wild flowers. So my daughter had one of those on today. Sucks missing it, but I mean, it's the cup. So I had to stay here to finalize the cup. And it just wasn't worth me going back now for 3 days because we got to go to Vegas on Tuesday. So that's why I missed Midsummer. But game 6 is going to be good. But call up to the show, Swedish Midsummer. Check it out. Watch some videos on YouTube of them dancing around. It's hilarious.
They look like the Who's from Whoville, the old, they got those weird outfits on. Is it like folk, like Swedish folk music, if you will? It looks kind of old timey. Is that what it is?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's also old school. It's all in Swedish, but the one song's about a small frog. They say small, and they have little things. They dance around, really silly. Go on go on YouTube or Rumble or whatever you want to watch it. I don't know what videos were allowed to show or not, so I didn't want to put a video on here, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I wish I could experience. That's like something you got to go when you're traveling. If you're like backpacking, you're one of those people that's really adventurous and working away around. It's like going to Germany and going to those like that Oktoberfest stuff and putting on the lederhosen. I've seen you in a picture wearing those, Merles, looking awesome. Looking awesome. So
yeah, if you're ever going to travel to Sweden, this is the time to go catch one of those parties. The weather is immaculate. It's the perfect time of year. The sun is up. It's up later. It's up longer than even in Edmonton, which kind of threw us off up there.
Wow. Yeah, we were blown away. We'd come out like after a good session at like a dinner. It runs late, we're still sitting there. I'm out of there. It's like you're in a casino and you like don't know what time it is. You come outside, the sun's still out. We were all like, whoa, what the hell? Why is this happening to us? Where are we going now? Biz is like, follow me. Yeah, chill out. Oh yeah, he's just strutting with his belly shirt on. By the way, he tweeted the belly shirt. Belly shirt's coming out tonight. What are the odds they put those two? They put him on the jumbotron again tonight. No wit.
I'm sure
down.
Gary gave the. We saw Gary before we went up in the elevator in Florida, and him and Biz were going. We're chirping each other again.
Was Gary giving it to him?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. He's like, hey, is you sober? He's like, no. He goes, I haven't been sober since my last TNT broadcast. Come on.
We sat next to him, and we were in the box next to him in Florida. And right when we sat down, he came right over to Biz he had a big smile on his face though, and was like, "I'm keeping my eye on you tonight."
Oh
yeah.
I don't know why, boys. But these Gary stories with Biz is like it's absolutely unbelievable. Him and Biz like emoji gang and like just texting each other, and oh my god, it's just unbelievable what he is and what he's done and what he's gonna do in Edmonton tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Show for me tonight, Murls, on this show today. 15-year anniversary for my bride and I was yesterday.
Really?
Yesterday was that.
15 years?
15 years.
God.
Remember that wedding? You were there. You stayed an extra week. You stayed an extra week bombing around with all my buddies, going to Atlanta Braves games and everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you 15. A funny story about that. I was roommates with Whit on that wedding. She's like, come stay in my room. I'm like, yeah, I think we were booked 3 nights at the W in Atlanta. And I decided to stay another night, I just kept calling down like, oh, extend one more night. And they're like, oh, do you have a card? I'm like, yeah, whatever credit card paid the first 3 nights.
Yeah, that's what you kept just pumping money on the Witt's card. He was long gone. You were still staying there, just ripping it up like beauty. Came to my wedding, man. That seems like yesterday, doesn't it, buddy?
That's 15 years. That's insane. Yeah, that wedding was awesome. We did so much there. Remember we saw Derek Jeter even at the hotel the one night?
Oh, you know who we saw there the one night too? Yeah, Jeter came in. That was like the night. Was it the night before my wedding? I don't know. I was buckled there. But we saw that Blake Griffin was there. Do you remember that at the after party upstairs in that Whisk Blue? And then he was like chilling there. And I was like, I didn't know who he was, but all my buddies back home, I got a couple guys follow basketball. And they're like, oh my God, this guy's going to be like the next big thing. He's supposed to be like unreal. And I was just chilling out, hanging out like right next to our party. So all those people were all up in there.
Know what else? I don't know which buddy it was of yours, but he started the Ghost Man that like Oshie made famous on his cup run. But I'll never forget. It was your buddy. It was like 2 nights before the wedding, pulling the shirt up over his head, drinking through it. And that's
I think it's my brother, JP Allen. Shout out to JP Allen. Yeah, my brother's buddy, because we all kind of intermixed all our friends and stuff. So a bunch of my brother's buddies that we always hung out with in the summer and stuff, they were all there. But he invented the Ghost Man, drink your beer through your shirt. Yeah, the TJ.
There was another guy too, like blowing the shirts up too.
Oh God,
it was these guys.
Sasky drunk. That's what turns it around. That's why my marriage is still ripping strong. You get Sasky liquored at your wedding, just like the Oilers right now. Turn the series around, getting Sasky liquored right there. Happy anniversary to my wife, Melissa. Just an unbelievable family. 4 kids, Murls. Who would have thunk it, hey? And here I am, Paradise Island.
Hell of an agent too. Hell of an agent.
A great agent. Yeah. Unbelievable. She does it all. She's unbelievable mom, unbelievable wife, unbelievable agent. Yeah, she's a talent. All right, boys. She's all mine. 15 years, still going. All right.
Happy anniversary, you and Mel. You guys
Wait till I
celebrate tonight or you celebrate last night?
No, we were packing last night. We were like we got 4 kids, buddy. I mean, she's manning all the stations of suitcases. She's got everything going. And then we had the 3 a.m. wake up for a 3:30 pickup for a 5:30 flight with the carry-ons. So it was a grind. It's a grind.
Right.
But we're here, buddy. We're here.
here.
Minzees, let's go. Gee, did you have anything?
No,
You got a show?
no,
I'm just show.
I would say, I mean, no show. Well, I'll give my girlfriend. I'll send my girlfriend
give
to the
her
show
send
as well.
her a show today. Hell yeah.
She just hit the halfway point in her chemo journey. Her friends threw her a little surprise party last night. So a lot of people asking why I'm not still on the Edmonton trip, why I'm not still on the road. Got offered a beautiful PJ out there yesterday morning. So I could have flew out all nice, but I was like, no way. I got this little surprise party for the old lady. Yeah. Went over to her friend's house last night. She was so surprised. All of her friends were there. They made charm bracelets together. So I'll call my girlfriend up, but I'll also call her friends up. Having a good support system is super, super important. And they did just that. So I'll call them up to the Minzees. I mean, them up to the show. And quick Minzees is, what are we doing here? It's almost July, boys. Like I want to go to the beach. I want to be on a vacation. I want to go hang out with my friends and my family, go play some golf. And we still got NHL hockey going on. And then we got the draft next week. What are we doing here?
I'm piggybacking your Minzees 100%. The fuck? This Stanley Cup final with the bye that they had leading into it is going to be a month long. We're going on a month on this series if it goes 7. And it's like, what the hell are we doing?
This is crazy.
Run these guys into the road. Run them down. Who cares? Since when did we care about their rest? When do we care about this? Let's get this over with. The NHL's got to figure it out, though, I think. It's got to be.
You could start like training camp earlier or do less preseason games, or like what could be done where the NHL is not losing revenue. They're still playing an 82 game season, but this ends a hell of a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's got to be done by like the start of this, like start of June. First week of June, it's done. The Cup's handed out at the latest, right?
Yes, done. Deal. Sold.
Doesn't sound bad.
I'm in.
Sound bad.
I'm in.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but especially when you got these.
There's a lot of days wasted here.
A lot of days. Well, Alana, we're thinking of you. We love you. Keep kicking ass. Nothing like a good surprise party to build the spirits. Keep a train trucking. Keep battling. See your friends.
I almost blew it too, boys. I almost blew it right as we were walking in the front door. She's like, "You were being very suspicious right now," and I was like, I don't think your friends want me here. Like, I feel like they know I'm just coming over to eat the food. Like, fuck, they don't want me here." So we threw her off last minute, but yeah, shout out to them.
That's awesome. Always thinking of her. Great job, G. Great show. Great Minzees too. Murls, you got a little Minzees for us?
Minzees is the heat right now in upstate New York. This is unbearable. Like it is humid. It's gross. Like you can't even go outside. You're just going straight from the AC to the AC. I don't even want to be in the pool. It's brutal here. It was better weather in Florida than this New York State upstate heat. So this heat is going to the Minzees. I want it to be nice, but not this hot.
You don't want a full lather, Mer? You don't want a full lather. I hope to show up to Vegas for the draft with a tan. I'm going to try to get a tan while I'm here. Look at my face is like glowing right now.
I think you got to start with the 50 first couple of days, then down to the 30, then down to the 15.
I got to get a base. I got to start with 50, get a base, get a good base in there. So I'm not see-through when I show up.
Newborn 8-month-old, we put the 50 on him. You can't handle anything.
Just full zinc coverage, just zinc my whole body up. That's my move, buddy. What else we got, buddy? Is that it?
I think that's it. Thanks to the chat for coming by.
Yeah, the chat, we love you. Dylan Ellen here is saying that like Dylan Larkin, it might be Dylan Larkin, maybe Dylan L. I'm just connecting the dots, saying that Larkin's like a better leader than McDavid. I think he's just stirring the pot, just a Wings fan in the chat. Shout out to him for doing that, though. We love that. Shout out to the chat, though, of course. All the picks were flying in. Enjoy the game tonight. You know what my thought is here, Murls? None of us have anything to lose tonight. Like if the Oilers win, we have everything to gain if Oilers win. We get a game 7, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we're all should be on the Oilers train tonight.
The
And
whole
just
hockey
get us
world.
there. The whole hockey world should be on 100% Oilers. I know no one Florida Panthers fans don't want to hear that, but get us to a 7th game. Get us there, and then I'll take my chips off the table and I'll say, okay, best man wins. All right, but just get us there.
And if you're a Florida fan, you want to win at home. So you root for that. You can win it at home. So you don't want to win in Edmonton. The guys, what are they going to do if they win in Edmonton? That was a good. I was like, are they going to just fly to Vegas after if they win? Like, you can't be parading the Stanley Cup around Edmonton if you're Florida. Like, they got to get out of there.
Like Bryson DeChambeau running around with the cup that he won the other day in Nashville and everything. You can do that. Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they be ripping around Edmonton? That place is going to be insane tonight if they win. Insane tonight.
That seems a little dangerous to be going around the cup in a visiting city, no?
Yeah, they got respect. They respect it from the great 80s teams. But shout out to chat. Shout out to you guys, Murls and G and Fish, for making it work for me here. A little delay this morning. Got it bumped the show back just a little bit for me for the 4th time or 5th time in the playoffs here. So you guys have been troopers. Love you guys. We got the Pink Whitney party. You want to give that one? You got something else, Mur? Give me the signal.
Finish that one. I just got one after.
Pink Whitney party, Friday night, 5:30, right there. You can see it, the meet and greet with all the boys will be there. And 5:30 at, what's it called again?
Stadium Swim, boys. I hope the boilers look good because it's going to be a shirtless meet and greet this time.
I'm going to be like that.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, I'm going to be like that principal off of Billy Madison in the pool when he's spraying water out of his mouth with a shirt on in the pool.
By the way, you see that graphic there? See what I'm wearing in there?
What you got on? I can't see.
That is a Peter Millar golf shirt. The best golf shirts in the game. Head over to petermillar.com/chicklets. Check out all their performance apparel. Best stuff in the game. Peter Millar. Thank you.
Murls, people
Vegas
asking about the future of the show, too. What's going to happen for the offseason? You want to let the fans know?
This will probably be the last episode of the season. We'll probably be joining. Me and Army will be on all the big Chicklets ones the rest of the way. Maybe a recap tomorrow. Maybe a little something from Vegas. We'll see. But this should be the last game notes for the last one of the picks. But stay tuned. Thank you to everybody that's joined this year, liked and subscribed and pumped our tires.
Awesome second year. Awesome second year for you guys. As the producer, it was awesome to work with you guys this year. I thought you killed it. You both made insane strides in both the media career, this podcast, helping grow our brand. I think we can't thank all the fans enough. There's been so many fans that tune in every single week, no matter the time of the show. You think of Singsy, you think of Big Willie Styles, you think of Laura, there's Libby. You think of so many people from the chat. So love all of them. I thought you guys absolutely crushed it this year. I'm super, super proud of you guys, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for Game Notes and you guys as well.
Well, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I feel fully supported all the time. What a team you guys have there, and for us to come in underneath the mothership, but also like feel so connected and along with you guys has been, truly for me with all the other jobs I have, one of the greater things I get to do inside of media and being involved and connected to this game. And a lot of it also is like, yes, your support, and yes, every time it's positive, anyone's got everyone's back, but it's the community. I keep saying that about what you guys have built here, and doing this now with Game Notes and building this Game Notes community, which has been awesome. And everyone's just so damn friendly and awesome. And it's like everyone knows everyone. It's like such a weird feeling, guys. So different format. We kind of really, I think we really blew it out of the park when we went Game Notes daily through the playoffs last year, where we really hit our stride, and then it just slingshotted into this full season, and the hockey hasn't disappointed. So it's given us a ton to talk about, from junior hockey to college to the Frozen Four to Memorial Cup. I mean, we were knocking it all over the place. PWHL, Murls, you sent that trophy to the show when they won it. You can drink out of it. Of course, we're going to do that. But thank you to everyone. Awesome year. So fun.
Yeah, agreed. We had some good takes. We had some bad takes. The rumor boys were here. We won some. We lost some bets, but it was all in good fun. And
we should do like
Pasha too. Pasha behind the scenes,
Pasha,
an amazing job this year. Shauna Puzo at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
we have Fish back in the studio right now helping out. Been a great year from all the producers.
Yeah, they're solid, rock solid, just brilliant guys that can do so much good stuff. Yeah, it's been a treat and an honor. So, I think we should do like some kind of show where we like recap all the controversies and craziness that had happened, because we kind of made a big one with Pasha. We had the Pasha Truba one that really took the world by storm there for a while, but there's several through the season that was just awesome.
Yeah, we put out a best of like the year episode every year, so I think we should do that for Game Notes as well. Kind of cap off the year. We can have our production team work on that, where it can be all the best takes, the best beer league heroes, the best show Minzees. We can put all that together. We'll put it in an episode and we'll drop that sometime this summer.
Yeah, and all the guests we had too. Minzees, the Vegas Insider, everyone that popped on, Elio, Mr. Ice, of course, with the gambling picks, those guys with their angles all the time. It just elevated our show. So thank you to everybody that kind of chipped in and gave us their time and popped on with us as well. Peter Millar, as you mentioned, G, Fish on the back, Pasha, he'll be in Edmonton. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe up there, boys. But let's have a night.
Oh boy, Minzees. The images. Watch out for that guy tonight in Edmonton.
Oh yeah, I love it. What a season. Thanks, boys. Love you guys. Love you, chat.